Welcome to Silent Secrets. Let's be brutally honest for a second. Most men think getting what they want from a woman is either a matter of luck or endless hard work. They assume that some guys are just born with charm, that certain men have this magical ability to attract women, while the rest are destined to struggle and accept scraps of attention. That belief is a lie. The truth is that women, like all human beings, respond to patterns. Patterns of behavior, patterns of energy, patterns of presence. If you understand those patterns, if you can recognize the signals, if you can align yourself with how women already think and feel, then getting what you want from them becomes natural, not because you're forcing it, not because you're manipulating or playing games, but because you're finally moving in harmony with how attraction really works. Here's where most men get it wrong. They either smother her with too much attention, or they withdraw so much that she feels nothing. Both extremes kill attraction. What actually works is balance. Strength balanced with calmness, confidence without arrogance, interest without desperation. That balance is the hidden formula that unlocks her respect, her attention, her effort, and yes, her desire. Now here's the part no one tells you. A woman will not hand you respect, love, or loyalty just because you ask for it. She gives it only when she feels your value, and she feels your value the moment you carry yourself like a man who already knows his worth, who already has options, and who doesn't crumble under pressure. Because here's the reality. Women test men constantly. They test to see if you'll lose focus when they pull back. They test to see if you'll beg when they get distant. They test to see if you'll break when the pressure gets heavy. Most men fail those tests. And then they wonder why she pulled away. But if you keep your power, if you stay centered no matter how she acts, you flip the game. She begins to move toward you instead of away from you. She starts to give instead of withhold. You stop being the man who hopes and become the man who receives. What I'm about to share with you is not theory. It's not pickup lines or fake tricks. It's human psychology, real behavior, and proven patterns that work in everyday relationships. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly how to get what you want from a woman without chasing, without games, and without losing yourself in the process. This is not just about attraction, it's about power. And that, my friend, is how a man truly wins. Control yourself before you even think about controlling her. Here's the first rule. You must master yourself before you can influence anyone else. Most men fail before the interaction even begins because they show up with the wrong mindset. They want her attention, her validation, her affection, and they think if they just try harder, if they text more, compliment more, buy more things, she'll finally give them what they're asking for. Wrong. If you cannot control yourself, no woman will ever give you what you truly want. A woman can smell desperation the way a wolf smells fear. She feels it when you're chasing too hard. She feels it when you're secretly hoping she'll fix the emptiness in your life. And the moment she senses that weakness, she pulls back. Why? Because women are hardwired to respect strength. They want a man who leads himself, not a man who follows her moods. Think about this. If you get angry the moment she ignores your text, you lose ground. If you fall apart when she pulls away, you lose power. If you become needy when she's busy, you show her you can't handle pressure. And the truth is, no woman wants to rely on a man who can't even rely on himself. Now imagine the opposite. Imagine you respond to silence with patience. Imagine you stay calm when she gets distant. Imagine you hold your frame when she tests you. She'll feel something very different. She'll feel your steadiness, your stability, your presence, and that presence earns her respect. And here's the golden key. Respect is the doorway to everything else. Without it, you can forget attraction, loyalty, or commitment. With it, everything flows naturally. So the first step is not about controlling her. It's about controlling you. Ask yourself, can I stay calm under pressure? Can I handle rejection without crumbling? Can I walk away from disrespect without drama? Because once you master yourself, you won't need to demand respect. You'll radiate it. And women can't help but respond to that energy. The man who controls himself controls the dynamic. And once you control the dynamic, getting what you want stops being a fight. It becomes effortless. Make her feel your value. Don't just talk about it. Here's a mistake nearly every man makes. They think words are enough. They try to convince a woman of their worth with compliments, promises, and endless talking. But women don't just listen to what you say. They feel who you are. If your actions and your energy don't back up your words, she won't believe you. Period. Here's the truth. You cannot talk a woman into attraction. You can only show her value in the way you live, move, and carry yourself. Let me ask you a question. Do you walk with confidence? Do you live with purpose? Do you look like a man who knows his direction? Or do you look like someone waiting for approval before making a move? Women pay attention to these things more than you think. Sure, they'll smile at your compliments, but what they truly respond to is your presence. When a man has discipline, when he works on himself, when he doesn't need her validation, he becomes magnetic. And when she feels that, she doesn't just stay, she invests. Here's where most guys get caught. They say they're confident, but they get jealous over small things. They say they're strong, but they collapse when she pulls back. They say they're different, but they live like everyone else. Value cannot be faked. It must be lived. This means you need to raise your standards, build your discipline, and actually become the kind of man women naturally respect. Because once your value is real, you won't need to brag about it. She'll see it, she'll feel it, and she'll respond to it. Here's the secret most men miss. Women don't want to hear about your value. They want to experience it. When you respect your own time, she respects it too. When you show her that your attention is rare, she craves it more. When you demonstrate that you don't need her to complete you, she gives you more of herself. Words fade, presence stays. So stop trying to prove yourself with endless talking. Stop trying to convince her. Start showing her, because the man who makes her feel his value never has to beg for anything. She gives it freely, because deep down she doesn't want to lose a man like that.